In this video, we're gonna take a much closer look at the heart of the story and see how a little rusty robot like Wall-E actually managed to soften someone as tough as Eve. The most beautiful part about their relationship is that he didn't have to change who he was to impress her. He won her over simply by being his genuine quirky self. At the very beginning of the movie, Eve comes across as incredibly cold, literal, and completely obsessed with her mission. She is a piece of high-end technology, sleek, fast, and dangerously efficient. Everything about her is emotional armor. She's been programmed with a singular purpose: find signs of plant life, finish the directive, and report back to the ship. In her world, there is absolutely no room for curiosity, vulnerability, or affection because those things don't help her get the job done. Wall-E, on the other hand, is the total polar opposite of everything she represents. He's clumsy, he makes a lot of noise, and he's clearly lonely. Even though he's just a robot made of metal and gears, he is deeply emotional and expressive. This huge contrast between them is actually the secret key to how he eventually changes her. The first big move he makes is introducing her to the concepts of curiosity and wonder. While most people would look at Earth and see nothing but a giant pile of trash, Wall-E doesn't see it that way at all. To him, the world is a playground full of interesting treasures. He loves to collect random objects just because they spark his interest, and when Eve first enters his world, she tries to ignore all of it because it's not relevant to her mission. However, when he finally brings her to his home and starts showing her his collection, we can see a shift. She starts paying attention, not just to the things, but to the way he interacts with it. He isn't doing this to show off or act cool, he genuinely wants to share the things he loves with her. Watching him be so passionate and gentle makes Eve start to realize that there is more to life than just following orders. That spark of curiosity she feels while watching him is the very first crack in her emotional armor, and it's what eventually allows her to open up her heart. The second big way Wall-E gets through to Eve is by showing her pure kindness without ever expecting anything in return. Think about the moment she shuts down right after he shows her the plant. He has absolutely no clue why she suddenly went dark or what happened to her, but he doesn't just leave her there. Instead, he steps up to protect her. We see that beautiful time-lapse where the seasons and the weather change around them, and through it all, Wall-E is right there, shielding her from lightning, rain, and heat. He treats her like she's the most precious thing in the world, even though she can't even say thank you at the time. He isn't doing it because he has to, he's doing it because she truly matters to him. Later on, when she sees the security footage of everything he did while she was powered down, it hits her hard. This is a huge turning point in softening her heart. Wall-E basically teaches her what love looks like, not by saying it, but through his constant actions. He follows her all the way across the galaxy and puts his life on the line over and over again just to make sure she's okay. For a robot like Eve, who usually operates on cold logic and strict orders, Wall-E's behavior doesn't make any sense at first. But eventually, she realizes something life-changing: Wall-E chooses her. He isn't following a program or a mission, he's following his heart. That realization is what officially transforms her from a machine that just follows orders into a person who makes her own emotional choices. You can really see her growth in the moments where she starts wanting to protect him back. When all the other robots turn against him, she doesn't hesitate, she sides with Wall-E. She becomes fiercely protective and openly emotional, and you can tell this isn't her programming telling her to do this, it's a deep personal attachment. Wall-E being so vulnerable and open allows Eve to finally access her own feelings. When he eventually sacrifices himself to save everyone, she completely panics because the thought of him being gone is unbearable. The scene where she's desperately trying to get back to Earth and fix him as fast as possible is so moving because you can see the sheer desperation in her movements. She's become so attached to him that he has become her entire world. She's a completely different character from the cold robotic probe we saw at the beginning of the movie. Even though Wall-E spent hundreds of years all by himself, he never lost his hope or his ability to dream and love. That persistence is what moves Eve on such a deep level. He didn't soften her by trying to force her to change who she was. He did it by showing her who she could be. That's why their relationship is so special. It's not about grand dramatic speeches, but about a quiet heartfelt connection that changes both of them forever.